Namaste friends, I am Jayalakshmi Ravichandran signing in on behalf of Magic Needles. This day I am here with pattern 23 that I have used in my blanket cal. This is Hobby Store Special DK yarn, grass green color with color code 1821. This is their in-house manufactured yarn. All the yarns that I am using in the blanket cal are in-house manufactured yarn from Magic Needles. This pattern, the 23rd pattern, requires multiples of 4 plus 1 stitches or multiples of 4 plus 3 chains if you do it as an individual project. In both my sample as well as in the blanket, I am having one extra stitch that will be adjusted at the end of the first row. So to begin with, start with the normal twisted standing DC at one end. Place one DC each on the next 3 stitches. Chain 1, skip 1, 3 DCs, 1 each on the next 3. Chain 1, skip 1, 1 DC each on the next 3 DCs. So continue the pattern. It's all chain 1, skip 1, 1 DC each on the next 3 DCs. I shall meet you at the end over here. I've come to the end here. I should be left with 1 stitch, but I am left with 2 stitches. So I'm going to make 1 DC each on each of them. And of course, the last one is not counted in the pattern. So as usual, I take the V that I see in front of me here to the side so that I get a very good definition for the edges. See, my edge stitches straight. Now turn your work. Make a, because we are having one extra stitch here, the first stitch does not count in the pattern. We simply make a turning, standing, twisted double crochet here. The pattern starts here, so we make one DC here. The pattern has to start with a DC here, and then we skip the next DC and make 3 DC puff, chain 4, 3 DC puff in this stitch here. So skip the next one, half close DC 1 time, half close DC 2 times, half close DC 3 times, pull through all the 4, yarn over and pull through 4 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4 chains. Again one more 3 DC puff in the same stitch here. So half close DC 1 time, half close DC 2 times, half close DC 3 times. I'll have 4 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all the 4, and then skip the next DC, chain 1 space and the next DC, and make 3 DC puff, chain 4, 3 DC puff in the next stitch. So this is the pattern repeat for this particular row. 3 DC puff, chain 4, 3 DC puff, all in the same stitch. So skip the next 2 DCs. Ideally, when you skip next 2 DCs, you'll be skipping the chain 2 and place 3 DC puff, chain 4, 3 DC puff in the next DC and continue till the end. I shall meet you when I reach this particular point here. I've come to the end of this row. Now skip the next DC here and place your last DC in the very last DC over here. There is no extra stitch at this end. Only the extra stitch is at the end of the odd rows. Now make your twisted standing DC after turning your work, and then place 3 DCs in the chain 4 loop. Chain 1, 3 DCs, 3 double crochets in the chain 4 loop. So this is the pattern repeat for this particular row. Chain 1 3DC, chain 1 3DC in each of the chain 4 loops. When I come to the end here, I shall meet you. I've come to the end of the row here. This is the third row. So now just simply place your DC. This is the pattern ending here. That is, you're placing the DC after your last 3 DC in the chain 4 loop, and we have that extra DC that is not counted in the pattern. Just place a DC on it. That's it. And the next row as usual is your double crochet row. So you will work 1 double crochet on each of these DCs, and then 1 DC each in the single chain loop, and adjust the entire thing to 302 DCs in your blanket. I will adjust it to 34 DCs on my pattern and then get back to you. So I have completed my DC rows here, and it is exactly 34 as I had in the beginning of the pattern. The same way you should have 302 DCs when you end this pattern. Hope you enjoyed this pattern, friends. I shall meet you with pattern 34 in the next video. Bye for now. Have a great day.